Okay, Doordash restaurants and stores, duplicate orders. Okay, first of all, at times you will get duplicate orders. Now, I went into a store the other day, and they decided they were going to check everybody's phone when they come in to see the name on the order, and before they gave it to them, because they had some problem with the orders. Something about duplicate orders or something, or gave an order to somebody else. Okay, first of all, that's not the way it's done. And it's sad because that restaurant was the worst before, where they would not make the food, and the guy that was there all the time, that we thought was manager, was saying, "Oh, I hate DoorDash, and I can't stand them, and we don't even like being on the DoorDash thing." And they were nominated for free. They didn't sign up for DoorDash. If you sign up for DoorDash, you pay 30% of every food sale you do. If you get nominated for free, you don't pay poop. You pay one big zero. So anyway, and especially during the pandemic, there's a lot of restaurants that have closed and won't reopen, and some that are just on edge. And really, 80% of their business, the ones that are still open, is coming from app gig services like DoorDash and Uber Eats and Postmates, all this stuff. So they're really surviving on that. And they really appreciate it now. And those that threw DoorDash away in hate are probably really regretting it right about now. Because it's really been a godsend to these businesses to keep them open and alive. As you know, government funding, unemployment, this, that, and the other, takes forever to get, and it's just better if you can try to keep your business going before you have to shut those doors. And there's a lot of people that are not coming out. There's a lot of people that are sick and not coming out because of the pandemic, and so they're forced to stay home, and they have to do app gig delivery. So, anyway. Cheers. Milk does a lot of good. So anyway, let's discuss duplicate orders. On this one particular restaurant now, the new thing was the other day, we went in there and there was a few other Dashers there with me. And they were throwing a hissy fit. And it's like normally, you know, they've been really good lately about having the food ready. And you just say the name and pick it up. It's there. And now it's like everything's all screwballed up. They don't have the orders ready. It's really strange. But anyway, so these other Dashers were standing there and they were kind of fried. And one guy didn't even have a mask on, which was really a shame. Because when you walk into a store and they're wearing masks, you need to wear masks. Especially in this area where it's illegal now. You have to wear a mask or they will cite you. And this guy had out-of-state tag. If you're coming down here to work out-of-state or anywhere else, make sure you follow the local laws. Because you're going to end up with a ticket or in jail. You know, you just want to slide in, get this stuff, get out, go deliver it. You know, make that money. So anyway, the problem is, the girl said, I don't know, you have to talk to my manager. That's what we're doing now. Because something with duplicate orders, we have people coming to get the same order, and it's like, well, no, people don't come to get the same order. Here's what happens, and the reason for duplicate orders. 1, an order can be sent again if a Dasher is stopped for some reason by the police. If a Dasher gets in a car accident, a Dasher gets gravely ill, and, you know, they were in the process of delivering. They had already picked up the food. If Dasher gets a flat tire, you know, gets a car accident, whatever, okay? If a Dasher is removed from the platform immediately because of a previous report from a restaurant or a customer that was just absolutely out of bounds, yes, you will get that duplicate order. And if you refuse that duplicate order to another Dasher that comes in to pick it up, which I've had that said to me before. Oh, but it's exact duplicate order. Not my problem. DoorDash sent it to me, Well, you need to call them. No, I don't need to call them nothing. I already accepted the order. And here's what happens. If I deny that order because you say so, then it kills my ratings because I have accepted an order and then denied it. Okay? That's not a good thing. Especially after you're at the restaurant going to pick it up. Now, another reason for duplicate order. I did one over the place that starts with a Z. And you go in this place, they don't have a hot table or anything like that to keep the food warm. And they have 10, 12 bags sitting on the back counter. And they don't want to get to you till they get done waiting on their customers. And so you have to stand there and wait for them to hand you a bag. That's all they do, hang you a bag, But no, you're going to stand there and wait. And be crowded in by people that don't have face masks, whatever, and maybe have corona. Instead of being able to go in there, get it, and get out, okay? And so, you ask them, okay, this particular store is very difficult to get them to check the food. There's only one girl there that will. And there's another girl there that's real snotball that goes, it's all in there. And it's like, wow. And then they seal the bag and everything else. So, orders are getting screwed up left and right. It's really bad. So I have this pretty big order. I got to take it. I finally get it. And let the customer know, I'm sorry it took so long. Get over there. Get to his house. This guy's about 500 pounds. Real nice guy. He comes out to get the order because there was no parking. So he came out to the car to get the order. It was very nice. And he sends me a message like 1 minute and 10 seconds after that says, I'm missing the chicken strips. And this guy ordered like one of those banquet meal type things where you get lots of everything. Oh boy. I told him, I said, I am very sorry. And I'd already rated the delivery. So I couldn't comment and send it in the unhappy face or anything. I had already rated the delivery, accepted another delivery, was on my way to pick up another order. And so I sent a message to that customer, and I told this guy, I said, hold on a second, you can contact DoorDash, or go ahead, you try to contact him, but I'm going to contact him too. So I contacted the DD rep. I said, look, this guy ordered a bunch of food. And there's like 2 things on there that were not in the order. And it was a big order. And, it was like, I think it was like 1 or 2 in the afternoon this guy had ordered. And she says, really? And I said, yeah. She says, I need to verify it with the customer. And so I said, okay, I'll send him a message. So I sent him a message, contact, DoorDash. And he says, matter of fact, I got him on the phone right now. I said, great, because I got one too. And I said, they just want to verify with you of the items that are missing. And he's like, thank you so much. This guy gave me an outrageous rating, okay? Really good rating, even though his food was jacked up. And so, anyway, the rep gets back on the phone. He says, yes, we've confirmed it. We're going to send him a whole new order by a certain amount of time. It was like in the next 30 minutes. And I was like, gosh, that's great. I just felt really bad because there's stuff missing and they just don't like checking the products with us. They really get kind of snippy. And they're pretty busy. And so, anyway, that worked out wonderful. The guy sent me a message. It actually went through later. Usually it has a closing time where only so many minutes you can send messages to the customer, or they can send you messages, and then DoorDash blocks it out. But sometimes it overrides and stays open. And so he had sent me a big thank you, and they'd sent him a whole new order, not just the missing items, a whole new duplicate order. And so that was really, 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 really nice. And they probably have seen the guy spends a huge amount of money on DoorDash, and that's probably why they did it. Usually they send the missing items. And, say a Dasher drops a Coke or drops the meal, that's going to come up as a duplicate order. They're going to resend it. That's another reason for duplicate order. But this guy was real happy, gave me a great rating for it. And, you know, I got with DoorDash because I felt bad because I'd already rated the order. And I didn't want it to fall back on me looking bad with DoorDash because I rated the order as okay, and it wasn't. So I want to make sure they knew that. And so it worked out wonderful for the customer. He'll still order from us and everything, and that's great. I was at another dinner house where I was sent one order, and this is when the server was going wacko one night. And then as I'm leaving, I had to wait like 15 minutes for this food. They weren't even ready. And by the time I get it packed in all my bags, it was kind of a big order. Then I get a thing sent to me for add-on order. And sure as hell, it's the same customer and looks like the same order. Well, I accepted it because it was going to pay me really good to go to the same address. I don't usually do stacked orders, but that was a really good deal. So, you know, obviously the customer didn't have enough food, whatever, who knows? I don't know. Maybe the server was screwed up, who knows? So I went back in, and the girl had said something about, did you want to take this other order? And I'm like, all I got is one. Well, I got hit with that second one. I said, yep, I need that other one. But you should contact DoorDash. No, I'm not contacting DoorDash, nothing. You contact DoorDash. You know? You know, well, I don't understand. It's the exact same guy and same order. Not my problem. It's been ordered. I've been issued, you know, a job to do, and I'm getting paid for it. That's, you know, here's the thing, is if it come up through the website accidentally as a duplicate order, because the customer pushed the button twice or whatever, or tried to go in there and change the order, that's the customer's problem. They can handle that with DoorDash when they get it. The problem is if that food is not delivered, then the customer's fighting a battle over being charged twice for the same order and only getting one order because the restaurant doesn't want to make it. And then the dasher's not going to get paid. So it affects a lot of different things here. So if you get a duplicate order, there's probably a reason for it. It might be because you were missing stuff in the order that you gave to that dasher. It might be because the food quality was really bad on the stuff that you sent with that dasher. It might be because, you know, the dasher got in a car wreck or dropped the food on the way or something. What they used to do is if the dasher couldn't deliver for whatever reason, if you had an insane customer or whatever, creepy area, whatever, they would send another dasher to pick up that food. And then they would go ahead and continue with the delivery. And the dasher would lose their money and the new driver would get paid for it. Well, they don't do that anymore. Because, you know, that means the food is transferring hands. Food is transferring hands. Or it sat long enough where they couldn't find the address and the food is getting cold. And that means food quality is going down. Customer doesn't want some old nasty sitting around food. You know, if you've got a smoking hot hamburger and fries and all that, and it gets cold, you know what it's like. The hamburger's soggy, the fries are oogy. I mean, it's just not top-notch. And people are paying a little bit extra to have it delivered. So, especially during peak times, because that peak pay goes directly to the driver. Right off the top. The peak pay goes to the driver right off the top. And it's done that way to slow the orders down because so many people are ordering at a certain time that they have to put a peak pay on there. And then some people go, well, I'm not paying that. But the other ones will say, yes, I will. And that peak pay goes immediately to the driver because we are under stress. We have way too many orders, need to be way too many places at all the same time. There's just not enough of us to go around. In some areas, you've got 26 dashers. Some areas, you got 100 dashers. Some areas, you got 2 dashers. Doesn't make a difference. It depends how many orders there are. If you have 400 orders and you have 26 dashers, there's no way you can cover that. That's why they put the peak pay in. So, restaurants, if there's a duplicate order and you're concerned about it, your best bet is to go ahead and run that order because you're going to create a huge, huge problem with the dasher that got called to that store and is not going to get paid for it. Because you decided not to make it. Just make it. Because I'm going to tell you, DoorDash pays you for every order you make. Now, that's whether you're signed up with DoorDash as a vendor or you were just nominated on DoorDash. Okay? if you're, as a vendor, you have a number you could call, you talk to the DoorDash rep right there and say, look, I got these duplicate orders. Am I going to pay for it? If you're not signed up with DoorDash and you're nominated for free, you can call them and send them a support ticket too on the website. But they usually call their orders into you because you're not hooked up by computer. So the next time they call, if you feel like you were not paid for those orders, then what you need to do is tell that rep when she calls you for this other order she's going to order from you, you say, by the way, I have got these 2 receipts here of 2 orders that were done the other day, and I wasn't paid for them, or no Dasher picked them up. You going to pay me? And they will. They will pay you right there. So you hold on to those receipts, you keep on standby for the next time DoorDash calls you for an order, and you tell them. DoorDash pays for all orders. They don't have accidents. They pay for all orders. And especially if the customer is a scam, or they didn't leave, they left a fake phone number so the Dasher couldn't reach them. I did that the other day. I had a delivery, and I was totally confused of where this food was supposed to go. I didn't want to go banging on people's doors for no reason. I was kind of a creepy place, even though it was in the daylight. I could not reach the customer at all. And I got hung up for about 17 minutes playing with DoorDash rep because nobody can get a hold of the customer. She calls the customer and she says that phone is disconnected. I'm like, are you kidding? So I gave a fake phone number because they wanted to get the free discount or something by the minute, or they ordered on a computer, which is a new thing now. This is a brand new thing they just started. Make sure you put the real phone number in, customers, because DoorDash will shut your account down and you'll get charged for that food, and that food goes to the homeless. Usually I'll take it down to the mission, and if the mission's not open, then it's mine. You know what I mean? You buy, I'll fly. So, we can't bring it back to the restaurant because it's not edible. They have sometimes where they'll pay you extra to bring it back to the restaurant, which makes 0 sense at all. I wouldn't want nothing to come back in my restaurant. I can't reserve it because I don't know where it's been. And I would be afraid to eat it because I don't know what that Dasher's done to that food. There are some shady Dashers out there. There are a couple. There's not a lot, but there's a couple. So, and food is a real funny thing to be trusting people with, especially when you don't know them. So, duplicate orders, make it. You got a problem with it? Contact DoorDash. You can contact DoorDash right that minute or later or whatever. But you need to make it. It's real rare that a Dasher, is going to come in, or a stranger is going to come in and give you the exact name of an order that you have behind that counter. How high is that probability? I'd say it's like a -10. That somebody can walk in the door and say, hi, I got it to go for Sheila. And you'll just so happen to have an order named Sheila. Come on. Be real. We know what we're there to pick up. We know the name on the order. We're not stupid. Give us our order. Stop playing games. Even if the Dasher shows you the order on their phone, it's not going to make any difference whatsoever. It's not. To prove that that's their order. It's not making any difference at all. Because that order could be sent 2-3 times. After that, that customer may not have enough. And here's another thing. On DoorDash, you cannot go in and change your food order. Once you ordered, it's an order. There was a very nice lady that had her grandbaby with her. And the little girl was just adorable. She was probably about 6 or 7. And they were at a very nice waterfront hotel. And she had never used DoorDash. And it was just too much traffic. And da-da-da-da-da, They didn't have a rent-a-car or anything. And they were just out to have a great time. And so she decided to order from the Shack over there. Really nice restaurant, seafood waterfront restaurant. And it's a good thing she ordered because she wouldn't have wanted to go in there because it would be like a 2-hour wait. So the baby decided she wanted a dessert, so she got back on DoorDash to order some dessert. And so when she sent me the message, Dad, did you check my food, this, that, and the other, or something? I'm like, and all I did was go up there and get a piece of pie and got paid $9. I got paid the $3 fee plus the tip. And so that was like way cool. Just deliver a piece of pie. And she was just adorable. The lady was very nice, and the kid was sweet as pie. And I brought the pie and she said, what about my other food? I said, I don't know. I didn't get that order. And she said, well, you know, it's funny. I tried to go in there and change the order, and it wouldn't let me. Right. Because it's already shipped that order to the dinner house and shipped it to the dasher to pick it up. And once that food is being prepared, you cannot cancel an order, but you can, but you'll pay for it. You will pay for that order if you cancel it. Whoever's in possession of that order wins. But otherwise, everything's stacked up. You know, if you go in there and you go, okay, I will get these meals and pay for this $55, and then you decide, God, I should have got drinks and a dessert. So you go back in, you know, 30 seconds later and try to put drinks and dessert on. It's not happening. It'll come up as a separate order. So, you know, it has the same name. So that's the way it's done. So you get duplicate orders, do them. You got a problem with it, then you need to contact DoorDash. Dasher cannot do it, cannot cancel it, and cannot change it for you. That's not the job. We just deliver a product from point A to point B. That's all. We don't cook food. We don't do any of that. We're not food handlers. We just move product from one place to the other. We're just delivery person. It's sort of like somebody delivering the newspaper. All they do is deliver a newspaper. They don't write the newspaper. They don't know anything about what's in the newspaper. And they don't even have thoughts about what's in the newspaper because they haven't read the newspaper because they don't care. All they're doing is delivering a product from point A to point B. That's all. That's it. So, make the duplicate order. If you really don't like it, then get off the platform. Okay? If it's such a problem for you, get off the platform. Cancel your subscription of being a signature store, or contact Lady and send a support ticket and say, please remove me from the DoorDash app. Here's my store name and da-da-da-da. And make sure that you're an owner or you're corporate. Okay? Because DoorDash isn't going to listen to you if you're just some employee. Okay? It takes some time to get the store off an app. I know one that hated it, that was nominated and hated it and couldn't wait to get off of it. And you still run into that sometimes, where they're like, oh, I hate DoorDash. And they don't make the orders, and the dashers wait around for an hour, or 2 hours, or whatever. And because they don't care. But they don't understand. They're abusing people that are standing there trying to make a buck. $3 an order. $3 a delivery. Plus customers tip if they tip you. And you're wasting their time by being mean. So, yes, duplicate orders do happen. Duplicate orders happen for a reason. So, it may have been your restaurant's fault. It may be the dasher's fault. It may be accident. Whatever the reason. Make the damn order so the dasher can pick it up. And again, like I say, if you don't like it, I would definitely contact DoorDash. But it's going to take you some time if you're waiting for them to answer you. So as long as you got the time, then we got the money. All right? Talk to you later. Duplicate orders are still going to pay you no matter what. If it was my restaurant, I'd just make that crap. And I keep track of my receipts. And check to see on my audit to see that money matches. That's all I would do. And if there was a problem with it not matching, then I would contact DoorDash. But that's going to be pretty rare. Because I pay for everything. Everything. Okay? Talk to you later. You have a great one. Dash on.